So today guys, I'll be doing my League 1 predictions for the 2021 season. This is a long awaited video. I'm really looking forward to making it. If you don't agree with what I say or where I place your team in this prediction video, then fair enough. You're entitled to your opinion, I'm entitled to mine. We're on the road to 700 subscribers. We're nearly halfway there, and yeah, it would be massively appreciated if you could subscribe. But before we do get into today's video, this video is sponsored by the Hard Truth podcast, which is a podcast hosted by Posh chairman Darren McAntony and his co-host Philip. In their podcast, they shine a light on the hard truths behind the football industry. So if you like football or you just like listening to podcasts in general, then I guarantee you'll enjoy. In 24th place, I have gone with Wigan Athletic. Wigan, they're in a bit of financial difficulties. They have been for the last few months, ever since lockdown, I think. But might have been even before that, I would probably say. But that's when they sort of released it. You know, a lot of teams or a lot of people have been donating to help out Wigan, which is, you know, it's great to see. Wigan, they unfortunately got relegated from the Championship last season. They don't deserve to be in League One, but it is what it is. They're in League One now. They sold all the best players. I believe they got about 10 million out of them, which was it's a lot of money. Wigan, I don't think they'll stay up next season, unfortunately. I don't think they'll sign any really good players. I think they might bring in a couple players in January. But other than that, I can't see them staying up. Unfortunately, Wigan fans, I do think you'll get relegated to League 2, like what Bolton did last season. And that's why I put you in 24th place. In the next position of the relegation zone is 23rd place, and I've gone for Crewe Alexandra. Crewe Alexandra, they got promoted to League 1 last season, automatic promotion, I'm pretty sure it was. I definitely know they didn't win the playoffs. They automatically got promoted, which was good for them. Unfortunately, I can't see them staying up this season. I don't know much about the squads, correct me if I'm wrong, but I can't really see them staying up. It's just my opinion. Sorry, Crewe fans, if you're watching this, but unfortunately, I can't really see you staying up. That's why I've gone for you in 23rd place. In 22nd place, I've gone for AFC Wimbledon. They're moving into a new grounds this season. I don't think they've played a home game there yet, but you know, it's great to see that they're moving into a new ground. It's where they used to play. You know, when Wimbledon or FC Wimbledon, whatever it was, they used to play there. And yeah, it's great to see them moving back into their old grounds, but it's obviously been rebuilt, obviously. But I think they'll have an alright season. I think they'll eventually sort of drop off into the relegation zone. They signed former Posh player Alex Woodyard in the summer. I think it was on a free. I'm pretty sure it was. He's a decent player. He's very defensive, but I can't really see he's staying up, unfortunately. It's just my opinion. Moving on to the next position. In 21st place, just into the relegation zone, just missing out on staying up, is Rochdale. I can't really see them staying up, personally. I think they sold the best few players. I know Henderson left them. I know Callum Camps left them to Fleetwood. He was a pretty decent player. I'm a bit, not annoyed, but you know, it's a shame to see that he didn't end up coming to Posh. But it is what it is, and I can't see Rochdale staying up. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to put you in that relegation zone. I think it'll be very tight. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to predict you to be the last final team to get relegated to League 2 next season. Now, just escaping relegation, in 20th place, I've gone for Northampton Town. The Cobblers obviously being Posh's biggest rivals. It's a bit of a debate. Northampton or Cambridge, but I think we're a bit more rivals with Cambridge, but you know, they're one of our biggest rivals. I'm not going to be biased with this prediction because yeah, I don't really like Northampton, but I'm going to be nice to them and I'm going to predict them to just stay up. I think they have a couple of alright players, but other than that, I don't really think their team is great, but I can see them staying up. 19th place, I've gone with Burton Albion. I don't really think they'll have an amazing season. I can't see them challenging for the playoffs. I think they'll just finish outside the relegation zone. I want to be short and simple with this, but unfortunately, I can't see them finishing any higher than 19th place. In 18th place, I've gone with Shrewsbury. Shrewsbury are never really a high-scoring team. Can't really see them doing anything this season. Unfortunately, I can't see them getting anywhere near the playoffs, and that's why I've gone for Shrewsbury in 18th. So in 17th place, I've gone with Accrington Stanley. Accrington, for me, they're an underrated team, and I think people, they write them off. Oh, Accrington, who are they? I think they're actually a decent side. They beat Posh 2-0. I'm not just saying that because they beat us 2-0. I did know that they were a good side. They usually do pretty well against us. We only lost against them 2-0 last season. And Accrington are a decent side. I can't really see them going for the playoffs. But I still think they'll survive, and I think they'll finish in 17th place. In 16th place might be a little bit of a surprise, but I've gone with Doncaster Rovers. I can't really see them doing that well this season. I might be wrong. I could be completely wrong. They could be challenging for playoffs. I know a lot of people have predicted them to finish just outside the playoffs or just making the playoffs. But unfortunately, Doncaster fans, I can't really see you, getting the playoffs. I think you'll finish in mid-table in 16th. In 15th place, I've gone with MK Dons. MK Dons, another team that Posh don't like. They don't really like us either. But without being biased, I think they'll finish in 15th. A lot of people have put them in the relegation zone, seen them getting relegated, but I can't see them getting relegated. I think they have a decent side. I know they signed. I think he's a centre-back that's very experienced. The Ipswich are in for him. He went for MK Dons, which fair play to him. And I can't really see them getting relegated. I think they'll finish in 15th place. In 14th place, I've gone with Plymouth Argyle. Plymouth being another one of them teams that have got promoted. The last few seasons they've been going up and down from League 1 to League 2. This season I can see them surviving. I think they'll do well this season. They've got former Posh player George Cooper. They signed him on. It wasn't that much money, but they signed him, and I think he'll do well for them. They have a decent side. I think they'll finish in 14th, but I can't see them finishing any higher. In 13th place, I've gone for Gillingham. Another one that might be a little bit of a surprise, but unfortunately I can't really see you doing great this season, Gillingham fans. Obviously you do have former Posh manager, Steve Evans. He was alright for us. He fell out with the owner at one point, and that's one of the reasons why we did sack him. Can't see you challenging for the playoffs. I think 13th is alright. I think a few Gillingham fans would take that, but a lot probably wouldn't. But I think Steve Evans will end up getting sacked, which is what he does at a lot of teams, really. I've got nothing against Steve Evans, but I think he'll end up getting sacked either halfway through the season, near halfway, or near the end. But unfortunately, I'm not going to put you near the playoffs, and so I've put you in 13th place. Next up, in 12th place, I've gone with Bristol Rovers. Bristol Rovers, with not alongside their star striker, Johnson Clark-Harris, who was obviously a former Posh player. And, I think he'll do well for us. I hope he does well for us. But we're not talking about that. We're talking about Bristol Rovers. But I think they'll have a decent, season, and I think they'll finish mid-table. Next up, in 11th place, I've gone with Swindon Town. Swindon being the last out of the 4 teams to get promoted to League 1 last season from League 2. I think they'll have a good season. I think they've got rid of a few of their good players, Owen Doyle being one of them, going to Bolton. But I think they'll have a decent season. I think they'll finish 11th. I think they'll comfortably, finish in League 1. I could be wrong, but that's just where I think they'll finish. I think Swindon fans will definitely take for 11th place. And moving on to the next team. In 10th place, I've gone with Lincoln City. Personally, I think Lincoln are actually a quite good side. We've not played them yet, obviously. They've only been the first couple of games have been played. But I think Lincoln will do well this season. I can't see them challenging. I can't see them getting the playoffs, but I definitely think they'll challenge for them. Next season, I think they'll definitely be there or thereabouts, getting playoffs. I can see them getting playoffs next season. But this season, I think they'll finish in 10th place. Now we're getting closer and closer to the playoffs. But just outside the playoffs, in 9th place, I've gone for Portsmouth, which might be a bit of a surprise for a lot of you. Definitely, well, I wouldn't say Portsmouth fans really, because a lot of Portsmouth fans are a bit negative about the club. Obviously, you lost in the playoff semi-final. I really do feel sorry for Portsmouth fans, but it is what it is. They've got to move on. This season, I can't really see them doing anything. I can't see them making the playoffs. It could happen. Could happen. I could be completely wrong. They could win the league. I really don't know. But I do sort of know a few things about Portsmouth. I know a lot of their fans have been predicting them to finish 15th. And yeah, I think they'll finish 9th, and I think they'll finish comfortably in League One. Another one that might be a little bit of a surprise for all of you. In 8th place, I've gone with Oxford United. Last season, they got knocked out of the playoff final 4-0 against Wickham. And ever since then, I don't think they've been amazing in pre-season and the first couple of games. But Oxford, I can definitely see them challenging for the playoffs. I can't see them making the playoffs, but I think they'll finish comfortably in 8th place. Next up in 7th place, just outside the playoffs, I've gone with Ipswich Town. A lot of Ipswich fans have been predicting them to finish in the playoffs. But unfortunately, Ipswich fans, I can't see you making the playoffs. I think you'll just finish outside. I think you definitely have a decent squad. I could be wrong here with what I'm predicting, that you could finish top of the league. But I think you'll finish 7th. That's just personally what I think. Now, moving into the playoff positions. In 6th place, I've gone for Fleetwood Town. Fleetwood are a pretty decent side. Last season, they lost in the semi-final of the playoffs to Wickham. I can't remember what the scoreline was, but by a few goals they lost. I think Fleetwood have a really good side. Joey Barton's a great manager. I can see them making the playoffs, and I'm not sure if they can win them or get to the championship. You never know, it could happen. Could be wrong, but I think they'll finish in 6th place, and they'll do pretty well this season in League One. And now, moving on to the next position. In 5th place, I've gone for Blackpool. Blackpool, for me, will definitely be up there this season. I think they've got a great side, they really do, and I can see them finishing 5th place. And I think they'll have a really good season. They've got some top players. I can see them finishing comfortably in the playoffs. Moving on to the next position. In 4th place, I've gone for Charlton Athletic. A lot of people have been predicting them to finish mid-table, 10th place, some even a little bit lower than that. Charlton, I think they'll have a comfortable season. They'll have a decent season. They've got a former Posh player, Connor Washington, that scored loads of goals for us in League One. I think he'll do the same for Charlton. He scored in the first game, and I can see them doing really well this season. I think they'll finish in 4th place. Now, just outside the top 2, in 3rd place, I've gone with Hull City. Hull City, the Tigers, getting relegated last season. I think they finished bottom of the league in the Championship. It didn't end up turning out to be a great season. The first half of the season was a pretty decent season for them. They started to, they went on a bad run of form. They had former Posh. They've got a load of former Posh players. They've got Grant McCann, former Posh player and manager, as their manager, and he's still surprisingly their manager. A lot of fans, they don't like the owners, they don't like Grant McCann, they don't like some of the players. But I think it will all form together. I think the owners will stay at the club. I would say hopefully, but a lot of Hull fans want them out the club. And I can still see them doing really well this season though. And I think they'll finish in 3rd place. Now into the top 2. In 2nd place, obviously, if you're a Posh fan watching this, you'll obviously think, where are Posh? I've gone for Posh in 2nd place. Call me biased, all you want. We didn't get off to a great start. As I'm recording this, we're a day away from playing Fleetwood in the league as the second game. We didn't kick off great. We could have beat Fleetwood, I don't know. But I think we'll do well this season. Call me biased all you want, but I think we'll have a good season. I think this is our season. We've signed some great players. Sammy Smodics, too good for our league. We've signed Ethan Hamilton. We signed Reece Brown on loan till the end of the season. Signing Smodics was a great move. We signed Johnson Clark-Harris. We've also signed Ryan Broom from Cheltenham, who looks like he's going to be a great player for Posh. I think we'll go on to a really good run of form, and hopefully we can finish in the top 2. As unrealistic as it just sounds, I think we will get promoted, hopefully. I'm really hoping this is our season. If not, I think we'll be there or thereabouts in the playoffs. And I've gone for us in 2nd place. And Sunderland, I think you're going to win the league. Sunderland don't deserve to be in League One. They're a massive club. I Fortunately for them, they've been in League One. This is their 3rd season now. Last season was not very good for them. They finished, I think that was 8th or 9th. I think it was 8th, and it didn't turn out to be a great season. I think this season will be their year. I think they can finish 1st place. And I've gone for Sunderland in 1st place. So there we go then. That is my League One predictions for the 2021 season. I hope you did enjoy today's video. If you did, don't forget to smash a like button. Don't forget to click that subscribe button down below. I really would appreciate it. As I said already, we're on the road to 700 subscribers. It's just amazing. We're improving video by video. I've got a new camera. It's 4K quality. It's a lot better to, using my phone. I've got a new microphone as well to go on top of it, and it's really good. Hopefully this video will turn out really good, and I hope you enjoyed. If you did enjoy today's video, don't forget to like, subscribe, leave a comment down below, and I'll see you in the next one.